Leak investigation at a church. As you can probably tell, it's an old building. The back part's 13th century and this tower's 15th century. So it's an old building and they always remind me of this film.
Excuse me.
Where are you going? Hey, what's your problem?
I'm trying to find the source of a heating leak. The boilers need constant filling with water, highlighting a very large leak. If you want to stay cold, that's up to you.
Have a lovely afternoon, madam.
Right, enough of that. Let's get it. So we walk into the front of the church. It's a lovely building. We start at the end of the heating circuit. So most of the pipe work is above ground, as you can see. It's all steel pipe, so it's going to be a fun repair. Looking around, the only area of concern is where the pipework enters the floor, which is only in about 2 places, covering about 10% of the pipework. It's all above ground over here, so any leaks will be easily noticeable. A damp meter will not help us in this type of building, as there would have been no damp course when it was built, so there will be signs of damp everywhere. And we can't get the heating on, as it won't hold any pressure at all, so we can't use thermal imaging. Here's the first part of the pipework entering the floor, and that pipework was done about 2 years ago. Then comes back out the ground just beyond that doorway, so hopefully that's not leaking. So if we walk round to where the boilers are situated, you can see a previous plumber has installed a filling loop to continuously fill the heat in to try and get the heating on. It won't hold any pressure, so the boilers won't fire up. And the last bit of pipe work goes down there and then goes under the floor to feed a radiator by the main entrance, which is just through here. An extension was added a few years ago, but all this is heated by electrical radiators. Apparently, according to the guy on site, when they dug out the foundations for this, they found a lot of remains. Apparently back in the day, it was quite common for mothers with stillbirths to come up at night and bury the bodies. So you can only imagine what they came across. So we got the pipe work on test and concentrated on the areas where the pipe work's underground, because that has to be where the leak is. And after a while, we got some evidence by the radiator by the front door. Using some more equipment, we actually located the leak to be under here. Because the building's protected, we can't just fly in there, start digging up the floor and repair the pipe. We will put some options in the report for the guys to discuss and plan forward, but I think the best option is to reroute the pipe above ground, eliminating any further issues. Job's a good one. If you have a leak, let's get it. Domestic property here with a pool leak, losing about 2,000 litres per day. Start by jumping off the diving board. No, I'm only joking. Don't need to get in this one as the sump's already been blocked off. If you look over here, the water level stops at the black line highlighted with the arrow. So let's get it. The pipe runs are unknown, but the pump and filtration is over here. Hopefully the pipes are running the grass. Be a nice easy dig. So there's only 3 pipes that come off the filtration. One's a waste, one's a suction line, and the other one's a return. If we go back to the pool, remove the skimmer basket to find 2 outlets at the bottom of the pot to block them off. Now we can put the pipe work. So using some equipment, we located a leak inside the skimmer pot just here. You can see the dye disappearing, so we'll repair that. Both the suction and return lines are both leaking at a similar rate. So using some equipment and methods, we had a hunt around for a while, managed to get some evidence around this area here. So we started to expose the area and found the first leak on the return line, put some pressure in. If you look closely, you can see black poly has been shoved into pool pipe fitting and used putty to seal it off. I'm surprised it's lasted so long. That's a shocking way to connect a pipe up. I can't believe what I'm seeing, if I'm honest.
Unbelievable, Jeff!
And there's the second leak on the suction line. Exactly the same issue, in the same hole, which is the only good thing about the situation. Don't know how people sleep at night. Unfortunately, we didn't have the fittings on board, so we ordered some and came back a few days later to find the pool had gone green. So thank God I haven't got to go in there. Once the leaks have been sorted and we have the filtration up and running, the customer can clean the pool. The level has dropped a little bit as well. As you can see, the weather isn't ideal, but we crack on. Also, another leak above ground was located around here, so we repaired that as well. Just the other side of the wall. There we go. So we'll run round to the other leaks, which have been repaired as well. It's a nice clean repair, just got to wait for it to set before testing. If you look at the reason for the leak, you can see with black poly you can't glue or putty the pipe into a fitting because it will not seal. The putty can easily be picked off as well, as you can see. Hopefully no more pulls in the area have been done by the same guys. Well, it keeps us busy. After about an hour of testing, the pipe won't maintain pressure, confirming no more leaks. The screws for the decking were found to be rusted and most of them snapped, so the customer is getting his guy in to replace all the screws and put the slab back. Now just got to battle the Dartford crossing home. Job's a good one. If you have a leak, let's get it.